So at Zevians Coffee, we have 3 different roast profiles. We do a light roast, a medium roast, and a dark roast for all of our coffees. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the differences between them and why you would order one compared to another. So starting with the light roast. So the light roast coffee will actually give you a little bit more of the flavor profile of the coffee itself. So for example, if the farmer grows a lot of citrus on their farm, bananas, oranges, and their coffee naturally takes on some of those flavor profiles, in a light roast, you'll have more of those flavor profiles come through in the cup. Contrary to popular belief, is the light roast coffee actually has a higher caffeine content than the dark roasted coffee. So if you're looking for tasting those flavor notes that you see on our website, you really want to taste the different notes of chocolate or banana or hazelnut, you'll want to go with a lighter roasted coffee. Hopping over to the dark roasted coffee, the dark roast will actually take on more of a flavor of the roast itself. So have a little bit more roasty flavor to it. You might not get as much of those vibrant flavor profile notes that you see on our website from our farmers. However, what we use the dark roast a lot of times for is our espresso. Dark roast doesn't have as much of a higher caffeine content. What makes an espresso shot so strong that we use our dark roast for is actually how the coffee is ground down. So if it's a finer grind, you'll have a longer extraction time of that water, equaling a stronger cup of coffee. If it's a coarser grind, like a drip brew or a French press, you won't have as high of an extraction time, and so you'll have not as quite of a strong cup of coffee like an espresso shot. A great recommendation for the dark roast is our wash process. We utilize Milton Ribadineta for our dark roast. He has a little bit larger bean that he gets from his coffee plants, and so this allows us to put a darker roast profile on those farmers with larger beans when they grow it, because the beans can withstand the heat a little bit further, still giving you a little bit more notes of the flavor profile than you'd get from a standard dark roast elsewhere. The medium roast is a happy medium between the two. You know, if you're not wanting as much of a roasty, kind of dark chocolate flavor on your coffee, you still want to experience some of those flavor notes like the citrus, floral flavors, you'll probably want to sit in a medium roast, which is a good happy medium. You know, you get a little bit of best of both worlds there. With your medium roast. A lot of our farmers will put a medium roast on there as well, because maybe they don't have quite as large of a bean as some of our farmers that can withstand the darker roast, but we still want to give you that roastier flavor with still hints of the tasting notes that you'll see. So if you're looking for a really strong tasting coffee, I would recommend going to dark roast. If you're looking for something that has a little bit more floral kind of tasting notes that you'll see on our website, I would go light roast. And if you want a happy medium between the two of a little bit of a roasty flavor notes, I would go medium roast. So hopefully that helps with your decision making process of if you want a light, medium, or dark roast, depending on what you're using your coffee for.